got that right. I'm tired of this crap. I'm not going to take some TSA dirtbag touching an old lady. I'm not going to put up with it, and that's why I talk about it. That's why I post the articles, to piss everybody else off. See, if I'm pissed, that's really not any good if I'm just the only one that's angry about the situation and everybody else is walking around in la-la land. So I focus my energy and my anger into a good way. I wake everybody else up. I expose the TSA. I expose agencies like the Department of Homeland Security and all the other crooked departments, alphabet agencies, CIA, FBI, NSA. Not that they really need any help from an outside source making themselves look bad. They do that a phenomenal job on their own. But we live in a police state, folks. We live in Nazi Germany on steroids. 60 years ago, the Nazis learned. They made mistakes. The people that are in charge now, they learned from these mistakes that the Nazis made. They're doing the same things, but the brainwashing that has gone on in the past 60 years, people are so, if it keeps me safe. When was the last time a government agency or police department kept anybody safe? Give me one example. And I don't mean, because they're there, they stop crime. No, they don't stop crime. Cops usually show up after the fact. I've had plenty of police officers and sheriff's officers tell me through the years, you got to handle your own business because, we show up after the fact. What are you going to do? Let somebody kill you? When I used to work down in South Beach, I ran a tattoo shop. We'd call the cops. They didn't show up. South Beach police didn't show up for hours, if at all. I seen people get stabbed in the alleyway right by my shop because my shop sat on a corner. There's an alleyway right next to it. I've seen people get stabbed to death. Cops show up an hour and a half, 2 hours later. Perpetrator's already gone. If it's a homeless guy, you're lucky if they even show up. They're not going to be there to protect you. That's not their job. There's not enough police out there to run around and protect every single person. If they see a crime happening, they can intervene and maybe save somebody, but they can't be everywhere. They're not omnipresent. They'd like to be. That's why they're putting up all these cameras, but they're not. Even cameras don't help prevent crime. They can just record people getting stabbed now and rewind it over and over and over again. Doesn't stop the stabbing from happening. The guy's not going to go, oh my God, a camera. He'll just wear a mask and gloves and cover himself up, stab the hell out of him and run. Happens all the time. Or shoot him or whatever the hell the problem is. Raping, kidnapping. Let's get real, folks. None of this kabuki theater security that we have, from TSA to the cops, we need SWAT gear. No, you don't. For what? For what? I actually got the most interesting comment from a police captain in Pennsylvania. He's a captain of a SWAT team in a town in Pennsylvania, and he commented on an article I posted the other day about the police being militarized, local police agencies. And he got pissed. He said he was offended. Now, who knows if it was real, but he said he was offended. He apparently, another webmaster had posted the same article, reposted the same article on his site, and the webmaster contacted me and, just wanted to know if it was cool that he copy and paste his reply that he posted on his site on Federal Jack as well. And I said, go right ahead. Because he was actually more eloquent and a little bit longer-winded than I was in the reply. And he was very, very on point with his reply. And he pretty much told the guy, just like I did, there is no epidemic of bad guys waiting to kill school kids, because this cop was like, there's a war in this country. I mean, he literally used the term, the sentence, there is a war in this country, and we're the ones that are out to clean up the scumbags. I mean, this is the talk that he was responding. Police officers put their lives on the line. Yeah, you guys do, and you're idiots. You're putting your lives on the line for the wrong people. You mean well. I understand it. I was one of you guys once. I was in the military. But you're putting your lives on the line for the wrong people, man. Join the people. You wouldn't have to put your life on the line for us because we're not sociopathic psychos. We're not running around like my friend Mark Passio. He came on last week. What did Mark Passio talk about, listeners? What did he say? I specifically made him say something so that the listeners would hear it. What did he say? Anybody remember? Huh? Hands. You in the back? Let's see. What did he say? What did Passio say? He said that the elites look at the police and the military with even more disdain than they look at the general population, which they already call the dead. They call the police and the military and their fed jackboots, they call them dogs. They're dogs. They have no respect for you people. I mean, think about that for a minute. They look at you with more disdain because you're willing to do the kind of things you do to your own kind. Doesn't that piss you off just the slightest bit? That you're being used against your own kind, which are not going to forget it. And there are people that are going to, karma is an MFer. Okay, so now you have all this going against you, and the people that are supposedly backing you and taking care of you call you dogs and don't care about you and actually look at you with disdain because you're willing to oppress your own kind without a second's thought, without using your brain. So they train you to be a friggin' robot, and then they make fun of you behind your back for it. And they have nothing but disdain for you. That's horrible. That should piss you people off. And when I say you people, I mean the police, the military, the feds. You guys should be angry. You're being used. You're being played. You're being told that you're helping the American people. And instead, you're being turned into Nazi little jackboot fascist pigs. And it's sickening. When I was a kid, I actually wanted to be a police officer until I got older. And I realized that cops weren't the same that they were when I was a kid. I respect myself too much to become a cop. That's the truth. I'm all for, bringing the, bad people to justice and getting the bad guys just as much as anybody else is. But you know what? Who are the bad guys? I think the lines have been blurred a little bit. Actually, more than a little bit. Unfortunately, Kokesh, I don't agree with him on everything, but I have to say I agree with him when it comes to his theory on police. He says that the 95% of bad cops out there spoil it for the good 5% that are left. And it's the truth. It's the truth. When I was a kid, cops were different. When I was a kid, if I did something wrong, the cops knew my parents. They knew who I was. They wouldn't say, I'm going to arrest you. They were going to take me home to my mother. I actually got picked up by a detective once that knew I was screwing around. I got in trouble. He put me in the back of his car. He didn't take me to the police station. I said, so we going to the police station? He goes, no. I'm taking you home to see your mother. I begged him to take me to the police station because that was way better of a fate than going home to see my mother. And he knew that. So he took me home. Nowadays, it's different. Now you get the parents actually calling the cops, come take my kid away. What a difference 20, 25 years makes. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. We'll be right back, guys. We're going to break. This is Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm your host, Popeye from federaljack.com. Go check out the new website for the network, OrionTalkRadio.com.